Okay guys, just quickly, this will be somewhat of an experiment. I have used my Sony Action Cam in Australia in freshwater. I'll be using in saltwater. It does have the flat diving door, remember that? In order to get this to focus, you must have the flat door. Okay? And I'll be testing it out on the selfie stick. This is poor quality, it's just a thin, cheap one. So had I known, I would have actually bought a more expensive one, but then it's more heavy. So anyway, look, just testing it out. Or what?
No, just it's a snail.
Oh, cool. So what you do?
No, we have many crocodiles in Australia. Crocodile Dundee, you know.
Okay guys, the Sony Action Cam seems to be working fine. I won't know until I review the footage. See, I put a napkin, it's just a tissue, to soak it up so it doesn't fog. It will fog underwater. Even just under general use, it still fogs. You can also use a sanitary pad, yes, a women's sanitary pad, because it's thin and absorbent. I just put it on this side. The reason why, the buttons and controls are on the other side. Okay, so there's enough play inside the case, I can put that tissue. So far so good. This is good. Well done, Seth. Okay guys, quick update from Philippines, Palawan, Coron, Palawan, Philippines. We just finished our awesome Coron tour, Coron highlights, all the major highlight tours. There was a lot of snorkeling and beaches and islands and lots of water, salt water to be specific. Now, the case worked very, very well for this Sony Action Cam, the AS200V. Excuse me guys, I'm really tired. Okay, I just put in a little bit of tissue in the side, on this side here, to absorb any moisture, to reduce fogging. It worked just fine. Well, I haven't even looked at the footage yet, but so far so good. The camera is not damaged or wet. It did go for a dive. It was mainly snorkeling, meaning it did not go too deep, but a guy did take it and dive. He went and said, hey, give me your camera, I'll go do some diving for you, and he got some deep shots, well, underwater shots, so he went a bit deeper. As I said, I got to go review the footage, and he was a very avid, he's actually a diver, so he swam very aggressively. I've heard if you agitate the case too much, maybe water can leak in. This is a very bad design by nature. Because look at this, right? See that push button? By nature, when you push that button, it allows water to enter the case. So I actually coated that with grease. Okay, I actually use sheep's lanolin grease because it's water resistant. You can use any other water resistant synthetic grease, or you decide, you may choose. Let's show that again. See, by nature, when you push that button, it allows water to enter the case. So that greasing or sealing did work well. I have heard even if you get it wet or water gets in the case, the camera will stop working, but you can dry out this camera and it will start working again, meaning it is actually splash proof. They mark it as splash proof, but it is, for whatever reason, the internal components have been well coated or sealed, usually with rubber grommets and washers or seals. But yeah, so I'll have to review the footage. I'm really excited about it, but in regards to the case, it did work very well. I've already tested this in Australia in freshwater and it did work very well underwater, but I'm just saying in regards to water not leaking in, it has served its purpose well. Just another caveat guys, just while I've got the camera on, I use this cheap selfie stick. It's an alloy one, aluminum. It looks cool because it's black, but it's not very strong, and I'll just give you an example. This was constantly happening, okay? It would just come loose randomly, so try to stay away from these cheap ones. Okay, so even when I was diving, it would come loose and then the camera would wobble and you get a bad shot. This just happened today. This was polished stainless steel when I left Australia, or literally days ago. So I'm trying to get the camera to focus guys. Look at that rust. I'll put it down, maybe that's a bit easier. Look at that rust. Okay, just get the camera to focus, guys. Forgive me. Yeah, see that rust? Okay, that's surface rust. It's red, but immediate. That's from seawater. Okay, salty seawater will do it, but just to let you know, guys know. See that? The screw as well, rusting. Now, look at the action cam, rust. The case. Okay. Can you see that rust inside there? So just something to be aware of. It's gonna happen. The best thing you do is clean it off as soon as possible, or just wipe it off, or use your favorite, penetrating oil or cleaning oil, whatever oil you want to use. But yeah, no, so far so good. But like I said, I've got to review the footage. That's where I feel this thing really shines. So I've been using this as my dedicated underwater camera. Anything dry that I'm okay with, even splashing, I'll use my Canon. I'll use something better quality. But so far so good. Okay, just wanted to give that update. It's in red off the top.
Yep.
So yep, you're good to go.
Doing a test run with B Adventures here. We got the Sony Action Cam compared to my GoPro. It's a cool little camera. I don't mind holding it. It's I guess it would be compared to like my other GoPro where you can't really see. I got the GoPro with the screen, but looks cool. Here's the serene setting. And there's Brendan hitting up some shabu.
People will think I do shabu. No, it's a vaporizer. Electronic cigarette vaporizer, so yeah.
Vaporizer with shabu.
And Lynn vlogging too.
Lynn vlogging.
She's pretty good, yeah. So give it an aggressive see. Anyway, alright guys, very quickly, I talked about this in a previous video. This is the Sony Action Cam. If you come up a little bit closer, my friend Seth's on the camera. See the seals? Okay, let the camera focus. Tell me if it's focused or not. Yep, you got to lubricate that. I know it's ridiculous, okay? I don't have anything like a toothpick to go lubricate the bottom button, so I'm going to trust that for now. This is Inox MX6 grease. They're not paying me. This is just something that I have and I want to test out. This is a synthetic grease. It's a high performance one, but it's waterproof. You can use sheep's wool lanolin or sheep's grease. That is also a very nice natural one, and it is waterproof. You see that there? You don't need much. I've actually put too much. I did that on purpose. Okay? I'm just going to move that around with my finger. Okay, so it might be a GoPro, whatever action cam you have, just to be that extra bit safe and make sure water doesn't get in, because we are doing water activities. Okay, so I'm going to push that in and it's going to swish it around a little bit more. You might as well just use my finger just so it's an even coat, because I obviously don't want grease on the camera. But yeah, I can even just take it off. See, I have so much excess on my finger. There's just a few drops. See on that grommet or the rubber seal? Just put a dab and keep wiping it around. Again, you don't want to get on the lens, you don't want to get on your camera, but it's an expensive piece of equipment. This retails in Australia $400, so I don't particularly want it to die. But even then, I got it on sale at a very good price. It's more about the capability. I don't want to lose the capability of my aquatic camera. That's pretty much the primary purpose of this Sony. I use it only for water. I don't use it for very long. See, I've got to be careful now. I don't want to get grease in the camera. I put so much. I put way too much. I'm just gonna get a clean rag. If you put too much, just wipe it off. It's not a big deal. And then later, you can use a tissue, just a strip of tissue or even a sanitary pad. Put that in the side to soak up the moisture so you don't get foggy. Okay? So we're talking about aquatic activities, guys. I have heard of bike riders on motorcycles using it in the case, and it did fog up as well. It did fog up and overheat. Oh man, yeah, I've got grease in the lens. So anyway, that's just the point, guys. Also, I spoke about the rusting I got immediately after saltwater. I just used Inox MX3. Again, I don't work for them, these are just the products that I use. Inox MX3, it's a CLP type product, like a penetrating oil, and literally just wiped all that rust off. It just wiped straight off. Then wipe it dry with a rag or a tissue, because you don't want all that lubricant on there. It'll cause it to come undone too easily. Alright, there's a little technical update. Thanks for watching. Okay guys, just finished up. Forgive the background noise, there's a generator running, backup generator. I believe there's a brownout or a blackout. We're out of power. Okay, so here it is, finished in the case. Here's the product that I was using. Okay, this is what I meant about the tissue. So I just got like a napkin or tissue, like it was half a sheet. Just a little bit, enough to slide in the side, just to soak up any fogging or moisture. I just double checked everything in and out to make sure the lens has no grease on it and all that sort of stuff. Remember, when you're working with these products, your hands will be oily and greasy. Everything you touch, you know, will have grease on it, get oily. So just make sure you have tissues and rags around to wipe your hands. That's it, guys. I will say this is, I feel, a bad design by Sony. That's why the brand new latest ones do not have the button here, they have a button up here. Just by nature, it's much better, because when you're hitting it like that, you won't be able to take a photo very well. And that design allows water to enter by nature. It's not a very good design. Okay, because when you push that plunger button, it just lets more water in. But anyway, so far so good. I have had good luck with it. I'm just giving you guys you know, the honest feedback. I was looking at the video footage from a previous diving expedition or whatever, and or snorkeling, and it was excellent. It was very nice on the water, but that's about it. That's all I use it for. All right, thanks for watching, guys. Okay, I'm gonna transition, guys. Gonna use the Sony.
That was amazing, man. Really? Yeah, it came so close.